If we want to make a copy, safeguard this database, we will take backup. So backup we will take to the file. If we take full backup, this is called as BAK file, right? Extension is BAK. So let's assume you have information of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I in it. So if we take backup, all this information from database to, this is a database. From here to, it will move to here. This is a file, and this is a database. Database, you can read the database, you can open the database, you can see the contents of the database. But file, you cannot open the file. If you want to see the contents of the file, you need to restore the file. So this is full backup file. Okay, this is database. So what is the full backup command? Backup database, database name, ABCDB, to disk equal to. So one of our favorite path. For example, I will see backups. After that, ABCDB database name. Then we will follow naming convention. So database name, instance name, then date, what is today, date 22/05/2025, then timing 14/20. This is the naming convention generally people follows. If you execute this statement in Management Studio, all the data from database will be moved to backup file. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So what is your expectation? I mean, what is the guess? So how can we transfer this data from here to here? What is the background process? See, generally we have discussed on introduction classes. Anything in the computer, if any action needs to perform, where it performed, what is the place it will be performed? कंप्यूटर में कुछ एक्टिविटी कंप्लीट होना तो कहाँ किस लोकेशन में एक्टिविटी कंप्लीट होता है? तो हु इज द डूयर? डूयर इज द सीपीयू. कौन करता है? सीपीयू करता है. कहाँ करता है? वेयर? व्हाट इज द प्लेस इट विल कंप्लीट?
Random access memory, RAM.
Memory. Very good. This is RAM. So here, just a minute. Give me a minute. So here, data will be moved through memory. So in general language, memory, we call it as a buffers here. So this is a buffer, and this one is also buffer, and this one also buffer. So by default, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 buffers will be used for backup activity. Each buffer size is 1 MB. So what is the total buffer size? 7 MB. Each buffer is 1 MB. Total 7 buffers are there. So there will be 7 MB buffer size. That means if you want to transfer this data to backup file, first 1 MB will be filled here. Then after that, another 1 MB, another 1 MB, like that 7 MB will fill first. Then it will be transferred here. So यहाँ लिखना पड़ेगा पूरा डेटा, यहाँ पहला देखना पड़ेगा क्या क्या डेटा है, यहाँ से यहाँ तक लिखना पड़ेगा. तो जो भी डेटा ये देख रहा है उसको रीडर थ्रेड कहते हैं. जो भी डेटा ट्रांसफर कर रहा है, लिख रहा है यहाँ फाइल में, वो राइटर थ्रेड्स कहता है.
Okay.
So reader threads will read the data and fill the data to the buffers. Writer threads will write the data from here to backup file. Okay. So this, whatever the size I am telling, right? So this is 1 MB. 1 MB is default. So what is the least amount we can fill into one buffer is 64 KB. Maximum amount is 4 MB. Okay. Any doubts, confusion here?
No.
Okay. So see this. This is the database. These are buffers. First, with the help of reader threads, so it is filling up one by one. Then see here, whenever it fills, so with the help of writer threads, from here to backup file, data will be transferred. This is continuous process. This is not like, so कुछ time में reader threads काम करता है, बाद में writer threads काम करता है, ऐसा नहीं है. So this is continuous process. So from one side, reader threads keep continuing working. At the same time, writer threads also keep filling backup file. This is the process. Once everything is completed, then backup file will be filled and status will be shown as backup process completed. Okay. For example, here we need to think about some parameters. So let's assume we are working with a 2 TB database. 2 TB means almost 1024 GB is 1 TB. 2048 GB is 2 TB. If you want to backup, if you want to take backup of 2 TB database, for general conditions based on the average internet speed and all these things, it may take around 3 to 4 hours. Let's assume it is taking 4 hours. So in the background process, you know the background process, right? This is the database, this is the file, and it is moving through buffers. Okay. So per each time, how much of data transferred from here to here? कितना डेटा यहां से यहां तक ट्रांसफर कर सकता है एक बार?
7 MB.
7 MB, right? So each time it is transferring 7 MB. If it does like this, it is taking around 4 hours. So if you transfer 7 MB, it is taking 4 hours. Clear? If you want to make it half, you want to close it by within 2 hours, you want to complete this operation. What can you do? You cannot tell exactly we can reduce this amount to half, but we can decrease, definitely we can decrease the time. For example, it is taking 4 hours. If we use better parameters, we can decrease this time to 2 to 3 hours. What are the parameters?
Split option.
Split option, very good. Split option is one of the best option. Whenever we are taking backup, we can take split backup. That is good.
And compression, something.
Compressed backup, one of the very good option, because so for example, 2 TB database, if you want to take, it will take 4 hours. But 2 TB database, if you compress, it will come under around 600 to 700 GB. So it will make half of the time. It can reduce the time. But if you
So
see
best
in this
option will be
context,
compressed.
yeah, compressor also you can use. Split option you can use. Compress also you can use. So with the help of compression, 2 TB database will be compressed to 600 to 700 GB in the output file, backup file, BAK file. Whenever you are restoring, it will again decompress and it will restore entire database.
Okay.
That is one of the good option. But here in this context, how can we improve with these parameters? See, what is the default size? 1 MB is the buffer default size. Instead of 1 MB, if we use 2 MB, okay, so then overall maximum transfer size instead of 7 MB, it will become 14 MB, right?
Yes.
What if we use 4 MB as a buffer size?
8 MB.
It will be 28 MB, right?
28 MB. Yes, correct.
So this option very few people knows. So we can use parameters, max transfer size, buffer count, two parameters. Buffer count is, so by default, there are 7 buffers. Why are you restricting yourself to 7 buffers? You can use 10 also, you can use 20 also, you can use 100 also, you can use 200 also. But provided that there should be sufficient RAM in your computer. So if you have sufficient memory, you can use any number of buffers. So we are not sure about memory because it is involved in cost, right? So based on company requirement, company will take RAM. So everything is involved in cost. So unless you are sure that you have enough memory, you should not increase buffer count. If you want to increase, you can increase to 20 or 30 maximum. Okay, let's assume instead of 7, here I am using 14 buffer count. 14 as a buffer count, 4 MB as a buffer size. So total, what is the transfer size? 56 MB. Instead of 7 MB, you are using 56 MB per transfer. Is it clear? Instead of 7 MB, so if you take 4 MB as a transfer size, okay, so 28 MB you can make it. If you take 14 buffers, it will be how much? 28 plus 28? 56 MB you can transfer at a time. So if 7 MB is taking 4 hours, if you transfer 56 MB, definitely it will complete under 2 hours, within 2 hours. Is it clear? Compulsory interview question. How can you increase backup performance? How can you reduce the time while taking backup? Okay, so you can mention all these points. So you can take split backup. Split backup, it can reduce time when you are taking backups to different drives. If
Yes.
you are taking all backup parts into only one drive, there is no use. You have C drive. If you are taking all your backups to C drive, there is no use of split backup. So if we take a part into C, another part into D, another part into E. Otherwise, if you take 2 parts, 3 parts into C and 3 parts into D, like this, if you take, definitely there will be performance improvement. So you can use split backup, you can use compressed backup, and you can use max transfer size. Max transfer size is, so default size is 1 MB, least size is 64 KB, maximum size is 4 MB. So you can use max transfer size parameter 4 MB, and you can use buffer count. By using all these parameters, you can improve the backup performance. Is it clear? So this is about buffer count. This is about max transfer size. Stats, So whenever you mention stats, you can see the how much percentage of the backup process completed. Okay. So buffer count, there is no fixed maximum buffer count. Okay, but you need to make sure there should be enough memory. Until unless you are sure about memory, you should not use more buffer count. So if you use, there will be memory pressure. Your SQL server and computer will be under memory pressure, then it may crash also. Ideally, 10 to 100 buffer count you can use. That is about it. So we already discussed this, how to improve backup performance. Strip backup, that means split backup you can take. Buffer count, maximum transfer size you can use. Partial back, okay. Third-party tools. So there are multiple third-party tools people are using for taking backups. So what they will do use, they will use high-speed storage disk, SSDs. So they will use their own inbuilt, their own company inbuilt third-party tools for taking backups. With all these third-party tools, we can improve backup performance. So it's most of the companies still using backup. So third-party tools for taking backups, and we have native backups also. Automatically, we can take backups time to time as per our strategy. In the next class, I'll tell you how it is. Then, fine, everything is good. So this is how an ideal backup will look like in real time. So we are taking split backups here, mentioning buffer count also, mentioning max transfer size also, and mentioning compression also. Fine. So if you want to see the internals of backups, so what is going on inside backup, you need to enable trace flags. This is called as a trace flag. For example, let me enable this trace flag. What is trace flag? Trace flag is, trace flag is, it will change the behavior of SQL Server. For example, you are taking a backup of database. Backup database. Database name is AutoDB. To disk equal to auto.baq. Execute it. So ideally, you will see what in the output, how many pages has been processed and what are the files, how many pages. So total backup completion, everything, these details you can see. But you cannot see internals. What is the internal of this statement? If you want to see the internal of this statement, you need to enable the trace flag. So I think this one is sufficient. Okay, I'll enable these three trace flags. Now let's check this. If I execute this statement, instead of just completed, it will show everything under what is going on in the process. See the memory limit. 1 MB, right? Buffer size. This is by default 1 MB it is taking. If you mention max transfer size, it will be changed. What is the default buffer count? Let's see here. Bit, I am mentioning buffer count equal to 14, comma, max transfer size equal to, so we need to mention it in KBs. So for example, in SQL Server, you can do calculations also. Select KB, right? 4 KB, 4 MB into 1024. This is KB. So 4096, make it in bytes, not even KBs. So we need to mention this value. So this value, copy this, make it here. Okay. So if you mention this and execute this statement, see here what is happening. Memory limit is 1 MB, okay. Max transfer size, it took 4 MB. Instead of 1 MB, it is taking 4 MB. Buffer count earlier, what was the count we have seen? 7 was the default count. Now it is taking 14. Any doubts here? Maximum media buffer size is 4 MB per buffer. So this is how you can change the internals. So after your work, you need to stop the trace flags. So we can use trace off for that. Done, completed. So this is about how backup works. Okay, now let's come to restore scenarios. So we have discussed about full backup, differential backup, log backup, copy only backup, tail lag backup, mirror backup, partial backup, encrypted backup, compressed backup, expiry backup. Okay, encrypted backup we have not talked. So we will discuss at the end of this class. So encrypted backup, I need to tell you. Okay, so these are the different parameters we use in the backup and restore operations. You know, right? Yesterday we discussed about this. No init means char. No init means it will append the backup set. Init means it will overwrite. Okay, no format. No format means existing media set use hota hai. Format means naya media set create hota hai. So it will create new media set. Name means what? Name parameter is backup set name. So if you mention name, that is taken as a backup set name. No skip. Skip means it will skip to verify the database backup is expired or not. If you mention no skip, it won't verify. Norwind and no unload. So these two parameters, no rewind, no unload. These two parameters were using for tape devices. Nowadays, people are not using these two parameters. No recovery, we will see. Stats, you know, what is the stats parameter use? So it will show us backup and restore process performance, how much it is completed. Okay, so multiple files is under one single media set, multiple backup sets appended in one media set. If you want to specifically use that backup set, you need to mention with file equal to 2. Okay, so in previous class, we have seen this. If you want to, we will see this parameter again. And stats, you know, right? No recovery and with file 2, we will see now. So come here, we have taken backup, right? Okay, let me take one more backup. Let me freshly create a database. How to create a database? What is the command? Create database name. Fine. So refresh this. The DB1 is created. DB1. I'm taking backup of DB1. Take backup. How to take backup? Backup database. Database name DB1 to disk equal to file path naming convention dot BA. This is full backup, right? So I'm taking full backup and I am giving parameter with the name. Why this name? This name is for individual backup set. So I am giving DB1 backup set BS1. Let me execute this. Done. Completed. Why it is not completed? Disk spelling mistake. If you see the error and can understand the error, you can solve 70 to 80% of the problems. Okay. So now I'm not changing this backup file name. That means media set. So I'm changing backup set name and same file. I'm taking one more backup and taking another backup. Okay. So now I want to restore third backup set. First of all, how can I know how many backup sets are there inside the media set? कैसा देखना है उसमें कितना बैकअप सेट फाइल से कैसे जांच करना है? Any guess, any idea? See,
Show something. Was it?
this is the default. What is the default path? C, program files, Microsoft SQL Server, and instance name. In the instance name, go to backups. Here you can see the all backups. So date modified, descending order. So DB1 is the backup. So I have a file name. DB1 is the file name. This is the path. Okay, db1.bak. So I want to restore. First, I want to see how many backup sets are there inside this file. Is it clear? How can I see how many backup sets are there? How many times we have taken backup? For database 1, DB1 backup. For DB1 database, how many times we have taken full backup?
3.
3 times. How can you tell? See, just now you have seen I
2 times.
have executed.
2 times.
Yeah,
2 times
I
we
executed.
execute.
Yes, I executed statement 3 times. That is why you are telling 3 times we have taken. Let's assume you don't know how many times I have taken backup in your file.
Yeah, for that we need to see by command actually, but command I'm
What is
not
the
sure.
command? Okay, restore header only from disk equal to, this is the file. Copy it here and check this one. Execute. So here there are how many backup sets are there?
3.
3 backup sets are there. So which one you want to restore? First one, second one, or third one?
First one.
As per my requirement, I want to restore third one. So this is, see, नॉर्मली क्या होता है, हम लेटेस्ट फाइल जो भी होता है उसका प्रिफर करता है. तो फर्स्ट वाला पुराना है ना, लेटेस्ट क्या है? लेटेस्ट थर्ड वन.
थर्ड वन.
तो थर्ड वन लेना है. तो थर्ड वन लेना है तो क्या करना है? मतलब मैंने 3 बैकअप सेट्स यहाँ देखा हूँ, ठीक है. इसमें थर्ड वाला अच्छा है या नहीं है, उसमें करप्शन है या नहीं, कैसे देखते हैं? इसके लिए हम यूज करना पड़ेगा वेरीफाई ओनली. ठीक है. तो इंस्टेड ऑफ हेडर ओनली वी यूज verify only. So if I execute this statement, what happens? It will verify all backup sets, right?
Yes.
No, it will verify only file 1.
Whatever name, whatever file name we will give, so it will verify to that file only. No?
मैंने कुछ भी नहीं दिया था, फाइल नेम नहीं दिया था ना इधर.
Only path we have given.
बात तो ठीक है,
If we have
बात
to
देना ही
verify the
पड़ेगा.
latest one, we have to give that with file option.
With file option, you need to mention how many files are there. You need to check from here. So there are 3 files. What is the position? If you want to restore this one, you need to give position 3. How? Mention with file equal to 3. So that is the parameter with file. So I have shown here, this is the with file parameter. Is it clear? So if you mention with file and execute this statement, you can see now it is verified and it is valid. Any doubts here? If you want to verify second file, you need to mention file 2. File 2 is valid. Are you clear?
Yes.
Okay. So now I already taken full backup, right? So company may, what is the general strategy of companies? I told you already. 80 to 90% of the companies will take full backup weekly. Weekly full backup, most preferably Sunday in normal countries. Arab countries, they will take in Friday, because Friday is holiday in Arab countries. So Sunday Most probably 2 a.m. They will take full backup, weekly full backup, daily differential backup. Okay. Daily, let's assume they are taking around 2 a.m. same time. Every 15 minutes, they'll take log backup, transaction log backup. This is the general strategy. So now, as a part of this, I want to show you a demo. If something happens to database, how to restore database from existing backups. तो पहला हम full backup ले लिया, अभी differential backup लेते हैं. कैसा लेना है बोलिए? So how to take differential backup database? Database name DB1.
To disk
Okay.
equal to file name.
So file name. So best practice क्या है? पूरा नाम देना पड़ेगा. That is best practice.
With
Okay.
differential.
And we need to change this
disk.
extension. Okay. So then with differential. So this is how we take differential back. Fine, execute, completed. Now log backup कैसे लेना है बोलिए?
Backup log.
Backup log.
And then name.
DB1
To disk.
To disk.
Equals to that file name and extension we will change to .trm.
File name. To change extension to TRM.
Yeah.
Okay, let me execute this. So before executing this command, I will insert some table in it. In database 1, I don't have any tables, right? So let me create a table. How to create a table? I'll tell you the command. If you can remember, please remember. Otherwise, we can use ChatGPT, Google Gemini, anything. So create table.
Create table, table name.
Table name is test. Okay.
Then
first column
ID.
is ID. First
Integer.
column data type is integer. I want to store numbers in this column, ID column. Okay, that is integers. Next column is name. In the name column, I want to store characters. So how many characters? Maximum 50 characters. Okay, that's it. Close this. This is the create table statement. Execute this, done, completed. If you want to check the table, first you should be inside the database. Currently, in which database we are in? कौन सा database में हम काम कर रहे हैं? Master database. कैसा बोल रहा है?
In the downside right, we can see on the top.
Yes. Use DB1. So with this, we can enter into database 1. Now check table list. Select star from test table. So test hand, select star from test. Okay. So previous time we have created this table in master database, not in the DB1. Now let me execute this. Check it now. So we have empty table. So I want to insert some records in it. How to insert? Insert into table name, values. What are the values? 1, comma, Hari.
The name.
So next column, comma, 2, comma, Gaurav. Okay. 3, comma. For integer, you need not to mention quotes, single quotes. For any characters, you need to mention single quote. So any letters, any collection of letters between single quotes is called as a string. String means group of characters, group of words, anything, group of something is called as a string. So for strings, we need to mention single quotes. Okay, there is some data in it. Fine. Now check the table. So there is some information inside the table. Now I am taking log backup. Execute it. Done. Completed. So now I am deleting this database. So there is no database inside it. DB1, no database. But we know we have backup files. Where are they?
In the backup folder, we
In the default location. So DB1, BAK, DB1, DAF, DB1, TRI. So this is full backup. This is differential backup. This is transaction value. मान लो आपको डिफॉल्ट पाथ नहीं मालूम है, नहीं तो मैंने डिफॉल्ट पाथ पे नहीं लिया बैकअप्स, कोई अगर फोल्डर में कुछ और फोल्डर में डिफरेंट फोल्डर में लिया, तो आपको कैसा पता चल जाएगा existing backups are available or not? Surabhi ji, are you following me?
Yes.
We have full backup, differential backup, and log backup. Okay. So we are not taking these backups into a default path. तो आप चेक करना है तो कैसा चेक करेंगे? एक मिनट. So we were discussing log back. We have taken log backup also. So we deleted this database. How to restore the database? How to restore database which was corrupted or deleted? First step, step 1. Check for the available backups. ये कैसा check करना है? So whenever we were introducing system databases, I told you, so in MSDB database, we can see all the backup information. So in MSDB database, if you see the tables, system tables, there are a lot of tables in it. So go here and you can find backup set. Backup set. Backup set is one file, one table, and media family is another. There are two tables. Select star from backup set. If you execute this, you can see all the backup information. So what are the backup sets available? When was the backup taken? Backup set name kya hai? Everything. So this connection was broken. Let me take another session. See this backup set details, and all these things you can see. So by seeing this table, you cannot understand what is going on here. So you need only few column names here to understand. So I'll tell you what are the column names you should know. For example, so what are the main things you want? See this, instead of star means what? Star means all columns. I don't want all columns. I want first database name, comma, backup set ID, comma, backup set name. क्या था ये? Just name, only name, not backup set name. Name means backup set name. Name as backup set name. This is alias name. So for this column name, instead of name, I want to show backup set name in the table output. For this, I am giving as. Okay. So these columns I want, and backup size, backup type as backup. I want all these details, and backup finish date. What else you want? Let me check it. Okay, I need only this backup. That's it. Let me check it. Execute this. Done. Execute. These are the, see, if you want to read this statement particularly, so you should align this properly. Then you can read it easy. Otherwise, it will be difficult for reading. Now you can read it very easily. Select all these columns from this table. If you execute this order by, I am making it order by also. Order by backup finish date. Descending order. Okay. Now let me execute this. See this. So DB1, 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 DB1. Regarding DB1 databases, these are the backup set IDs and backup set names. We have not given any names. That is fine. Backup size. This was the size. And backup type. See this. L means what? L means log backup. Okay. Then I means differential backup. So second letter I they have taken. Because they are taking D means full backup. That means data backup. Full backup. See this? So this is D, this is D, this is D. Want to make it true? Okay. See this. D means what? Full backup. So DB1 we have available full backup. This one full backup and this one also full backup. I means differential backup. L means log backup. Is it clear? Any doubts here? If you are comfortable with queries, you can remember, you can understand how to write queries. If you are not comfortable with queries, no need to remember this. Just go to ChatGPT. Where is it? Ask it. So I want to see backup information from MSDB. That's it. One line prompt, it will give us entire script. No need to remember anything. It will give us ready-made information. Copy this, go here. Same code, they have elaborated it. So for example, we have not mentioned D means full, I means differential like that. They have elaborated everything. Okay, now let me execute all of this. You can see what is the database, when it was backed up, what is the type, everything details. No need to remember anything. So if you want, you can use this. Okay. So for example, so if you don't want to use ChatGPT, you can search in Google also. So check database backup history in SQL Server. So any sites, if you open, see this, you can get all the code anywhere. So copy the entire code, come here and paste it here. So the best code, whatever you feel the best code, save it somewhere. Every time you can use that one. That's it. See this. What happened? Just a minute. From backup set, from backup media family. Code is not working. Fine, I'll tell you, I will give you the best code. Right now, let it be. This is the code we are expecting. Okay. So now I want to restore this files. What are the backup files available? This file is available. This file is available. This file is available. So this is the backup set 1, 2, 3. Which backup set we should restore first? What are the restore basics?
Full backup first we will restore.
Which full backup? I have 3 full backups.
Latest, recent one. I will
Recent one, restore basics. recent available full backup. Then recent available differential backup. All log backups after differential or full backup. These are the restore basics. So what is the recent available full backup?
DB1 BS3.
Okay, this one. Okay, so where is the file? File location क्या है? किधर है? That information is missing from this table, right?
Right.
So database name is available, database backup set name is available, size is available, type is available, finish date is available, but there is no physical file location here. So for physical file location, you need to check one more table, that is backup media family. So here you can see physical location of the backups. So there are two tables for whole information, backup media family and backup set. You need to join these two tables, then only you will get whatever the information you want. So with the help of media set ID, I have media set ID here also. I have media set ID in the previous one also. With the help of these two, check this out. So I'll join these two tables. No need to remember anything. So first of all, I am giving this backup set name as alias name as backup set means BS. So all these columns belongs to BS. BS dot these columns. Then I want what? From backup media family, I need physical device location. So let me check it. Physical device name. This one I need. So from this one, join which table? Backup media family. It is considered as BMS, backup media family. So from BMS, I need physical device name. Come, see this now. So everything is clear now. So order by backup set finish date is BS dot backup finish date. Now it is good. On where we need to join PS in the backup set, take media set ID as a reference. In the backup media family, take media set as a reference. This is common column. Now the code is clear. So let me execute this. Done. Now you can see the proper information. So where the file is exist also, you can see from here. So this is the database. If you want join commands, if you want SQL commands, I can take extra class for that. But if you don't want to remember any code, it is okay, absolutely normal. No DBA remembers anything. Okay, all codes are ready-madely available in the internet. Okay, so now we are sure about this. So latest DB full backup when it was taken, 242.51. Copy this location, copy this one. Now come here. So this is full backup. Okay, done. Now this is log backup, copy this. Sorry, this is differential backup. Okay, then this is the log backup, copy this. Okay, so if you want to restore a database, you want all the available backups. We have all the available backups. Now what? How to restore this? So, however, you are trying to take backups, in the same way, we need to restore commands also. We have restore commands also. जैसा backup लेते थे
Restore.
using commands, yeah, same way we have restore commands. Full backup restore, differential backup restore, and log backup restore. That's it. So what is the commands? Let me explain. जो ग्रीन कलर में कन्वर्ट होता है वो सब एग्जीक्यूट नहीं होता है, और लाइक देवर लाइक ओनली नोट्स. So if you mention these symbols, yeah, commented. So these are commented lines. Code में execute नहीं होता. Okay. So what is the full backup command? Backup database, database name, to disk equal to that path. In the same way, restore command. Instead of backup, we use restore. Database means database. Database name same. Instead of from to, we mention from disk. That's it. So what is the file path? This one. Copy this. Paste it. You should never restore a backup file without executing 4 commands. What are those 4 commands? Restore header only, restore file list only, restore verify only, restore label only. Label only, that is not that much of important because it is related to media set. Okay, let me check all this file. What happens? From this equal to this one. So here what I will do is I'll cut it from here and we'll make it in last. We'll check this. These 3 commands I'm executing. Let's see what happens. So whenever you execute header only, what is the information you will get in output? The details of backup sets. How many backup sets are there? So if I execute this statement, what happens? Restore database statement, what happens? Without knowing how many backup sets are there. So if I execute this
restore
statement,
the first one will be restored.
It will restore the first file, but we want to restore 3rd file.
Latest.
How can we know whether how many files are there? कैसा मालूम होता है कितना files इसमें है? तो header only check करना पड़ेगा. So header only check करेगा तो how many backup sets are there we can see. Okay, fine. So by seeing header only, we can understand there are 3 files. So I mentioned with file is what? 3. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So हम दूसरा सिनेरियो भी देखते हैं. उस सिनेरियो में क्या होगा? अभी एक MDF फाइल है इसमें, एक LDF फाइल है. तो मान लो अगर इसमें मल्टीपल फाइल्स है, there are multiple data files and 1 log file. This command won't work. You need to mention each and every file details. We will see that scenario. So for that purpose, before restarting any backup file, you need to check file list only. If there are only default files, what are default files? 1 MDF, 1 LDF. See this. 1 MDF, 1 LDF. If there are only those files, no need to think about anything. Directly you can execute this statement. If there are multiple files, you need to mention file list everything. So that is why we need to check file list only. File list only command क्यों use करता है?
Number of files to check.
Number of files check करने के लिए. अगर 2 ही files आए तो no problem. अगर more than 2, 3 files, 4 files आए तो ये command में थोड़ा extension चाहिए. We will speak about that. Okay. So header only क्यों देखता है?
To check the backup sets.
Okay. File list only to check file list. and label only is checked for media set information. For now, for restoring, we don't need to check this information. You can ignore for now this one. So we will think about it later. Verify only will check whether the backup file is valid or not.
Corrupted.
So for this purpose also, we need to mention which file you are going to use. Okay, this one is valid. Now come here. Everything is good. I am going to execute this statement. Let me execute this. Executed, right? What is the output message?
Restore database successfully
Is
processed.
it succeeded or not?
Succeeded.
Okay, fine. Now go to database list, refresh it once, go to DB1, open, go to tables. Table किधर है? टेबल था ना इसमें, टेस्ट टेबल था ना, हमने क्रिएट किया था ना,
हाँ हाँ yes.
तो टेस्ट टेबल किधर है? नहीं दिख रहा है
नहीं.
क्योंकि हम जब फुल बैकअप लेते थे उस टाइम पे टेबल नहीं था. देखो फुल बैकअप कब लिया है?
हाँ,
जब
ठीक है.
डेटाबेस क्रिएट किया है, बाद में फुल बैकअप लिया. उस टाइम पे टेबल नहीं था, इसलिए टेबल नहीं है इधर. टेबल कब क्रिएट किया?
After differential backup, I think.
आफ्टर डिफरेंशियल बैकअप. ठीक है, तो पहला डिफरेंशियल बैकअप भी रिस्टोर करना पड़ेगा, बाद में लॉग बैकअप रिस्टोर करेगा तो आपको टेबल दिखाई देगा. इज इट क्लियर?
Yes.
एनी डाउट्स हियर?
No.
ओके, सो डिफरेंशियल बैकअप कैसा रिस्टोर करना है? What is the command for differential backup restore? Same command. So with file 3 not required because only one backup set is there in it. If you want to check, use restore header only command. Check it. Only one backup set is available. So no need to panic. Okay, now come here. With file not required. With differential required. Is it correct?
Yes.
No, with differential also not required. Just give the file name, that's it. This is full backup file. This is differential backup file. आपको डाउट आएगा तो इमीडिएटली पूछिए.
So while
बाद
restoring
में
the differential backup, we need not to mention that with differential.
with differential, exactly. So जब बैकअप लेते समय में आप मेंशन करता
That
है ओ with differential, सेम यहाँ need not to mention. Okay, everything is good. Shall we execute this? चलो ट्राई करते हैं. क्या हुआ? What is the error? Can you read it?
cannot be restored because no files are ready to roll forward.
Okay, I'll tell you one example what is happening here. Okay, you want to release a product. For example, you are a manufacturer. So some product आप रिलीज करने के लिए तैयार करवा रहा है. तो let's assume a mobile. चलो मोबाइल का एग्जांपल लेते हैं. So what are the specifications you want to show them? For example, you want to release 32 GB RAM wala. Okay, then 100 megapixel camera like this, and so display wide display like this. So directly, do you release after manufacturing directly? Do you release this product to customers?
No. First, the testing phase is there.
First, you will test, right? So in the testing, you got to know instead of 32 GB RAM, they have installed only 16 GB RAM.
Mhm.
For this purpose, do you fix it before selling or do you fix it after selling?
Before we have to fix.
Before we have to fix. चलो देखते हैं, पहला सेल करते हैं, बाद में जो भी कंप्लेंट देता है उसको फिक्स करते हैं, बाद में 32 GB को अपग्रेड करते हैं, कैसा होगा?
No, that won't work.
That is not possible, right? So if you are telling 32 GB, you need to mention it before releasing the product. In the same way, if there are 3 backups, if you want to restore 3 backups, whenever database is in restoring state, restoring means testing. You can restore any number of backups. Once it comes online, you cannot restore additional backups. What is the meaning of this? देखो अभी DB1 online में आ गया, कैसा मालूम होता है? Okay, we have one more command. So property, we can see like this also. So I'll tell you one simple hack command, sp_help db. Very good command, very easy command. So you can see all the database list in it. If you execute this, okay. So you can see all the database list. Just a minute. So whether the database is online, offline, you can see DB1. Is it online or offline?
Status
Madam?
online.
Yes.
Online.
So all the database size also you can see. Owner of also you can see. Database ID also you can see. When was it created also you can see. Status also you can see. You have multiple information you can see from single command. SP means stored procedure. Help DB, database help चाहिए. SP_help DB. तो हमको पता चला है ये ऑनलाइन में है. ऑनलाइन में है तो बाकी बचा हुआ जो भी है वो रिस्टोर नहीं कर सकता है. तो इसलिए हम क्या करना है मैं बताता हूँ. पहले ये डिलीट करो. डिलीट किया हूँ. अब देखो. So whenever you are restoring first backup file, what is the first backup file? Full backup.
Full.
With file number 3 mention किया ना, बाद में
Yes.
no recovery mention करना पड़ेगा. This is the command I was talking about here. No recovery. If you don't mention, it will come online. It will use recovery. Recovery means it will come online. Then you cannot restore pending backups.
So in full backup, we have to mention this. No,
Not only full backup. If you have 10 backups.
After differential.
Yeah, not only differential backup. If you have 10 backups to restore, you need to mention no recovery for all 9 backups.
9. Yes.
जो
Before
भी
the last
लास्ट
one
वाला
we-
मिलेगा ना, उसके लिए रिकवरी मेंशन करना.
So before means last for every database backup we have to mention.
Even though you don't mention, it will take recovery automatically.
Yes. No. For the remaining ones, except the last one, we have to mention for every.
Last one we will mention with recovery or nothing you can mention, it will take automatically. Remaining all 9s you need to mention with no recovery.
That is okay. I'm saying that for the remaining ones, except the last one, we have to mention no recovery.
Okay. So here I am mentioning no recovery. Execute this. Then DB1 came. Let me check it. Refresh. Go to DB1. Can you open this? No, you cannot open because it is still under process. It is in which state? Not online. Which state? Restoring state.
Restore.
Okay. So now let's come to other backup. Which one is other backup? Differential backup. So for differential backup also you need to mention with no recovery.
No recovery.
So with you need to mention only one time. Multiple parameters hai to no recovery also you can mention. Stats also you can mention. If single parameter hai to you will mention with stats. If multiple parameters are there, you will only mention with one time. Then all parameters, comma, 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 like that. So with no recovery, and if you want to see stats, with 50, stats equal to. Okay, let me execute this. Executed, done, completed, refresh this. So is it came to online? No, still not yet came to online because it is under, no, we have restored it with no recovery mode. Now let's come to here. So what is the log file, log backup file? This one, copy it, come here. So what is the command for restoring log file? Same
Restore
command.
log.
Instead of database, you mention log. File name replace कीजिए. Done. Now, do I need to mention? Do I need to mention with no recovery?
One thing, अभी just differential we have restored ना, तो still वो table
Yes.
अभी आया नहीं होगा ना, क्योंकि हमने वो लिया.
देखो
Test table.
अभी नहीं आया होगा. आप देख भी नहीं सकता because it is
हाँ,
in
restoring
restoring
phase.
state.
Right.
तो आपको मालूम है डिफरेंशियल बैकअप के बाद आप टेबल क्रिएट नहीं किया. मतलब डिफरेंशियल बैकअप से पहले नहीं क्रिएट किया, इसलिए ये नहीं आया होगा. ठीक है, तो अभी हम लॉग बैकअप ले रहा है. लॉग बैकअप रिस्टोर कर रहा है. हाँ, रिस्टोर करने के बाद देखते हैं टेबल आया होगा, आया या नहीं देखते हैं. ठीक है, रिस्टोर लॉग db1 फ्रॉम दिस. ओके, लेट मी रिस्टोर इट.
With recovery we have to mention no? The last backup.
If you mention with recovery, it is very good.
So automatically
if you don't mention also, automatically it will take with recovery. So I'm not mentioning it. By mistake, कभी कभी हम भूल जाते हैं. नहीं मेंशन करेगा तो क्या होगा? Immediately ऑनलाइन पे आएगा. So make it as a habit. Mention with no recovery, even for last file also. Because you don't know whether अगर आपने सोचा होगा ये लास्ट फाइल है, लेकिन ये रिकवरी मेंशन करने के बाद एक और फाइल मिल गया. तो फॉर सेफ्टी it is better to mention with no recovery for last file also. So अभी ये भी रिस्टोर हो गया. नाउ डेटाबेस को ऑनलाइन में लाने के लिए हम एक और कमांड यूज कर सकता है. रिस्टोर डेटाबेस, डेटाबेस नेम with recovery. Now you can use consciously, you can use with recovery. So if you execute this statement, it will come online. Let me see it. Okay, refresh it. See this online में आया है ना?
Yes.
अभी देखो टेबल्स है या नहीं है क्या?
Yes.
तो उसमें क्या क्या इंफॉर्मेशन है देखते हैं. इंफॉर्मेशन आ गया. तो ऐसा रिस्टोर करते हैं फ्रॉम एग्जिस्टिंग बैकअप्स. So what we have discussed today. So how to restore full differential log backups. Any doubts here?
No. And before every restore procedure, we have to run those 4 commands: header only, file only, verify.
Absolutely. You need to make sure you have only one file in it. So there might be multiple files. You need to make sure there are no multiple files. If there are multiple files, you need to use latest one. And you need to make sure whether there are multiple files inside database or not. File list, by checking file list. And you need to make sure whether the backup file is valid or not. So these 3 are very important. So this is how we use restore commands. Okay. So
and label only.
Label only we will check for media set information. So this is about backup media. Media name. What is the media name? what is the description. So all this content for restoration purpose, maybe it might be not used. You ignore it for now.
Okay.
Okay. So let's come to here. We have few scenarios. So recovery scenarios. क्या क्या हो सकता है? So मान लो database corrupt हो गया. You cannot accessing the database. So that is called as point of failure. Entire database fail होगी. So next scenario is point in time. Database is healthy. You are currently running database, but somebody by mistake deleted some table. कब डिलीट किया, क्यों डिलीट किया, कौन डिलीट किया, मुझे हमको नहीं मालूम है. तो ये पता चला बाद में, एक हफ्ते के बाद में पता चला कोई ने बाय मिस्टेक एक टेबल डिलीट किया. तो उस टेबल को कैसा रिकवर करना है? तो अगर हम एग्जिस्टिंग बैकअप को रिस्टोर करेगा तो अप टू दिस डे एवरीथिंग विल बी रिस्टोर्ड. But we want backup up to last week only, because last week was deleted.
Yes.
So this is called as point in time recovery. जैसे हम फाइल ग्रुप अलग अलग से बैकअप लेते हैं ना, सेम तरह अलग अलग से रिस्टोर भी कर सकता है. वो दिस वन इज कॉल्ड एज piecemeal रिस्टोर. सो आपके पास डेटाबेस है, डेटाबेस में फाइल्स है, फाइल्स में डेटा पेजेस है. ठीक है, एक पेज करप्ट हो गया. आपका डेटाबेस साइज टोटल 500 GB. पेज साइज कितना है? व्हाट इज द पेज साइज इन SQL सर्वर? 8 KB.
8 KB.
तो 8 KB के लिए आप पूरा डेटाबेस रिस्टोर करना का जरूरत है क्या? 500 GB database size, you need to restore for 8 KB. There is no need.
No.
You can restore that single page. That is called as page recovery. These are multiple scenarios. So we will discuss these scenarios tomorrow. Before winding up, I'll discuss one important topic. So I told you now, if there are multiple files inside database, how to restore. Okay, today we will stick up to fundamentals, basic things, full backup, differential backup, log backup, restores. That's it. So let me show you how to restore. We have AutoDB. Inside AutoDB, we have multiple files. See this? There is 3 files in it. Now let me restore this. So I am taking backup for this. How to take backup? Tell me backup command, full backup.
Backup database, then AutoDB database name to disk, then file name, that will go to default.
So what is today date? So we need to mention 22/05 2025, and time is 15:48. .BA. Okay. So you mentioned go. Go means it is cutting the line there. So if you don't mention go, so it is assuming this one also as a command. This is also command. This is also command. That is why it is showing error again.